Hello, everybody. It is Tuesday, April the 7th. Here with me today, I'd like to welcome Sandy Foster. Sandy is our Health and Wellness Catalyst. She was hired on with the Rizzardo Health and Wellness Center, became up and running, and we're so very fortunate to now have her as part of our team, being that she has a public health background, and it's just been wonderful to have somebody with that perspective right on our own staff team. So today we're going to talk a little bit about what it's like to be maybe housebound and having everybody's tensions up maybe a little bit and extra worries over health and also finances. So we are here today to talk about mental health. So Sandy, what is your advice?
Thank you, Mayor Dollin. Thank you so much for having me today. I first want to acknowledge what a truly strange and different time we're going through right now. COVID-19 is literally changing the world around us. It's taking these relatively routine and seemingly simple tasks and making them quite complicated and very overwhelming. And I think that change is very difficult. So in light of that, I want to take the opportunity to share some tips on how we can try to navigate this new reality. So I think foremost, it's really important that we recognize and acknowledge how we're feeling. It's truly an unprecedented time. None of us have ever lived through anything like this before, and it's okay to feel uneasy and uncertain about what's to come. I think all of us are. So in order to try to mitigate that, I think that we need to try to share with others how we're feeling, keeping those communication lines open. And I think this will help provide some perspective and make us realize that a lot of other people are feeling quite similarly right now. I think we also need to remember that if any of us are starting to feel overwhelmed or like it's just too much and we're truly starting to struggle, I think we need to communicate that it's okay to seek out some help. We have a lot of local resources available to us, like the CMHA Simcoe County, and the Simcoe Muskoka District Health Unit has a website titled Support for You, where they've listed out a variety of different local and provincial supports and services and given instructions on how we can access these resources. So make sure to check those out if you are feeling like it's all too much right now. I also think that it's really important during this time that we try to do something during the day that truly makes us happy. Trying to do something that provides meaning to our life. So practicing what a lot of people are calling self-care. So whether it's singing, dancing, reading, playing around the yard with your kids, finding something that truly makes you smile. I also think that right now we need to continue or try to get physically active. I think that if we break a little bit of a sweat, it will help us relieve those feel-good endorphins and help us de-stress a little bit. Ultimately, I think that it will help provide us with some balance during this pretty uncertain time. I know that right now, the advice from the Simcoe Muskoka District Health Unit is that we shouldn't be physically connecting. And for that reason, I think it's even more important that we continue to keep those communication lines open and try to connect socially through virtual means like our cell phones, email, video conferencing, just as you and I are now, Mayor Dollin. I think it's really important to allow us to provide that balance in our day-to-day lives, and it really helps ground us. Lastly, I think, and likely most importantly, I think it's really important that because of this strange, unprecedented time, that we really need to be patient and kind to ourselves.
That's great advice, Sandy. Really do appreciate that. And for those of you who maybe are in a bit more tenuous circumstances, we urge you to call the police if you are a victim or if you know a victim of somebody who is being abused. If you're unable to call the police, text a friend or a relative and ask them to call on your behalf. Everyone has a right to feel safe in their own home. Thanks very much, everybody, and we'll talk tomorrow.